The Israeli military on Sunday said it had begun extensive ground operations in northern and southern Gaza. The increased military action comes after overnight strikes by Israel killed at least 130 people, according to Palestinian health officials. Sources on both sides said there had been no progress in a new round of indirect talks between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas in Qatar. The office of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the talks included discussions on a truce and hostage deal, as well as a proposal to end the war in return for the exile of Hamas militants and the demilitarization of the enclave, terms Hamas has previously rejected. A Hamas official told Reuters the militant group was still proposing the release of Israeli hostages in return for an end to the war, the pullout of Israeli troops, an end to a blockade on aid for Gaza, and the release of Palestinian prisoners. In this video released by the Israeli army, an Israeli official describes its new Operation Gideon's Chariots, which included a wave of strikes over the past week on hundreds of Hamas targets for the purpose, he says, of returning the hostages and dismantling Hamas's leadership. Gaza's health ministry estimates that more than 460 Palestinians were killed during the week. The deaths of 130 or so Palestinians overnight are in addition to that figure. One of Israel's overnight strikes hit a tent encampment housing displaced families in Khan Yunis in southern Gaza, killing women and children, wounding dozens, and setting tents ablaze, according to local medics. Israel's declared goal in Gaza is the elimination of the military and governmental capabilities of Hamas, which attacked Israeli communities on October 7, 2023, killing about 1,200 people and seizing 251 hostages, according to Israeli tallies.